Sean would like to know, what is a good number of podcast downloads per month to judge how your business is growing in exposure?
I would look for some kind of growth each month. I don't really want to put a number on how many or what, but like if you've got 100 this month, I mean, set your goal for 150 next month and then promote it so you'll get them. Don't just wait and hope that it grows, right?
Just remember that all marketing is a rule of numbers. So, however many top level leads you have, approximately 3 to 5% of those are going to take the next step, which means maybe opting into your list, which means buying a introductory offer type product, and then 3 to 5% of those people are going to take a larger offer.
At the lowest level,
you need a lot of people in the door. So as many as you can get. I mean, obviously better. I saw something the other day. Let me see if I can find this. It was some podcast stats, and it was talking about how many downloads per episode, and like 50% of podcasts only have like 100 and something downloads per episode.
Oh, it's more than that. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I just saw this like yesterday. I can't remember. Let me see if I can find it.
It doesn't take a lot of people though, man. Like it does not take a lot of people to make money, right? I mean, think about it. If you've got 1,000 people listening every month, 250 people on your weekly episode, like 1,000 people is 30 new members to your membership, paying $50 a month every month. Like you can get a percentage of your people to opt in and buy every single month, especially if you're providing opportunities for them. So don't worry about like comparison is the thief of joy. Like you would never compare the downloads that we get because it's in the millions, right? We would never compare ourselves to Pat Flynn because it's in the 50 millions, right? Like I'm worried about, did we get more members? Is the general trend going up? And don't get, it doesn't have to be a flat line. The stock market goes up and goes down a little bit and then goes up higher and then goes down a little bit and then goes up higher, right? So like that's really just what you're looking for. If you want to set a goal, pick 5 or 10% and say, I'm going to grow my podcast 5 to 10% every month. But then you have to come back and come up with a promotional strategy that slides in behind that on how you're going to do that. It's not enough to just say, I want my podcast to grow 10% every month. Okay, how are you going to do that? Well, I'm going to run a Facebook ad every day to every episode, right? That's one thing I've been doing lately is testing this. We've been testing this new Facebook strategy of just it's almost like exposure, or like, how like product placement. We just want to be top of mind. We don't even care if you click the link to the podcast. We just want you to know, hey, there's a new podcast out. So we've been testing some ads every Tuesday for about 7 days to just say, hey, here's a podcast. And lo and behold, it's getting a lot of reach, not a whole lot of clicks, but those are people who probably already have it in iTunes. So they're subscribed. So they see it and they're like, oh, I'm at the gym. Oh, there's a podcast. They click on it, they listen, and then they go and hopefully they opt in and buy or whatever. So don't get too caught up in the numbers. Growth is what you want. Pick something that's achievable and then actually come up with a strategy to do it.